Howdy Om, this is Mary Burris of Flowering Cactus and Rethink Fitness with your beginner intermediate practice. I've been delivering free practices each week except last week, but now I'm going to post two so you can follow along starting from chair yoga and moving on in progressively in ability. So you can grow your own yoga practice at home. So here we go. We're going to start with cat-cows. So you've been following along, or you're at this level. You already know what cat-cow poses are. So here you go. Breathe in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And from here, I'm just turning around so that, never mind why. We're going to do this balancing pose. So left fingers come forward, right toes come back to begin with. Draw the belly in, then lift the arm, then lift the leg. Your gaze is at the floor. And this time we're going to do a little move where we're going to bring the elbow and knee together. So breathe in, exhale, elbow and knee come together. Inhale, reach. Now you're reaching with your heel and your fingers. Exhale, remember your belly is engaged the whole time. Inhale, reach. Exhale. We're going to do 4 on each side, but don't rush ahead. Exhale. That was 4. And then bend your back leg and see if you can find your foot. We're not going to do any further than just finding your foot. Make sure your heart is lifted. Breathe in, extend, exhale, come down, child's pose. So, reaching your hands forward, coming up on your fingertips and reaching the knuckles forward to get a nice stretch in the back. Breathe in, you'll exhale through your mouth. Relax your hands, return to tabletop, does all 4s. That's better. And right fingers come first. This time, the left toes go back. Hand first, make sure your belly's engaged, then lift the leg. We're going for a nice long line here. Breathe in, elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So this pose, keep going, and make sure you're breathing properly. This works your balance, your core, your abs. All right, that should be 4. And then bend the back leg, find it with your hand. You don't need to get fancy here again, just finding that foot. Just getting used to being here. All right, breathe in, exhale. This time, turn your toes under and come into child's pose. Take a big breath in and exhale through the mouth. And then walking the hands towards the knees, come into a squat. You might need blocks here if your hamstrings are particularly tight. Inhale, lift. And then that's the blocks are for your hands. And then exhale, let your heels come down and come into forward fold. Find your elbows with your fingers and relax. Let the muscles unwind at their own pace rather than forcing. Yoga is like life. When you start to force things, then you get in trouble. So from here, take a big breath in. Exhale, let your arms go, and then breathing in, stacking each vertebra, walking your fingers up the fronts of your legs, roll up. And when you get to the top, a few little shoulder rolls back, breathing in on the way up, exhaling on the way down. One more. Feels good, doesn't it? All right, so from here, sun salutations. So, coming to Tadasana, which you should know how to do if you're at this level. Breathe in. Exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, lift up. A little back bend if it's right for you. Exhale, leading with the heart. Come into forward fold. Take your hands underneath your kneecap. Inhale, come halfway up. Make sure you've got a nice flat back here. Exhale, if you're using blocks, they are right here. So I'll demonstrate the first round with the blocks. We've been doing this in the video, so you should know. I'm stepping the right foot back first. Remember, this alignment, weight is in my hands. Breathe in. Exhale, let that hip flexor relax. So weight's in the hands, so the hip flexor is doing very little work, if any. Shoulders are down, make sure you're not crunched. Make sure you're open. Breathe, let that hip flexor expand. And inhale, take it back. So again, we're not hunched here. The tailbone is going that way and up. The heart is open and the toes are coming towards the shin. This way we get optimum length in the back of the leg. So breathing here and big inhale. Come forward. Hands, I'm going to move this block so you can see. Hands come down. Step the left foot to meet the right. Knees come down. And chaturanga. Elbows graze the ribs. And we come directly into a little baby cobra. Lift your hands off the floor. Exhale. Plant the hands. Turn the toes under. Come into an upside down V. And here, you can start walking your dog. So exhale as you let the heels down, getting some nice length in the back of the legs. I like holding those stretches myself. That feels really good to me. And then on your next inhalation, come up on all 10 toes. Exhale, let your heels come down. Tuck the belly button towards your heart. So biggest mistake people make is to press the chest towards it. Do not do that. I had a student a couple of months ago who had been practicing for a long time, and she was doing this, and so I corrected her and she goes, I have lower back pain. And I'm like, yeah. So you've been doing this incorrectly for 15 years. Okay, so from here, lifting the left leg, three-legged dog, and step this foot to your thumb. If you're using the blocks, your hands are on the blocks. I'm just not going to use them this time. Breathe in and exhale. And the reason I do like using the blocks, the reason I'm not using them right now is because when you get to this level, you should be flexible enough that you can do this without them. I still find more benefit using them here. Breathing. And big inhale, exhale, but it's a personal preference. You need to decide where you get the best stretch for you. And breathe. The heart is open. You're looking up without straining. Shoulders are down. Toes are up. Big inhale. Exhale. Plant the foot and step the left foot up to meet the right. Breathe in, come halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, palms to the heart. Now we're going to go through 2 more sun salutations very quickly. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Ardha, halfway. Exhale, both hands come down, send both feet back. Drop the knees, and chaturanga. And this time you can come into a higher cobra as long as your shoulders are down. Or you can come onto the tops of your feet. The rest of your legs are lifted. Arms are straight. Heart is lifted. This is upward facing dog. This is back injury material. Don't do that. Come forward. And then exhale, turn the toes under. Press into your down dog. Fingers are spread wide. Belly's tucked. 3 more big breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Gaze goes between the hands. Walk your feet up. Immediately inhale and come halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, palms to the heart. We immediately go into it again. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands come down. Step both feet back, knees come down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Up position of your choice as long as it's correct form. Exhale. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. 5. Make sure your shoulders are rotated out. 4. And you're pressing your thumb and your first finger into the floor. 3. 2. And 1. So here you can start experimenting with the jump if you want. So bending the knees, gaze goes between the hands. You inhale and spring forward. Inhale, come immediately halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, you don't have to do the jump. You can walk your feet up. Exhale, palms to the heart. Okay, so we've been working on tree pose. So I'm going to continue that as a balancing pose. So we'll start with 1 foot, heels on the floor, spread the toes, plant. You should know all this by now if you've been following along. This is the advanced beginner level. You can begin here with your foot here if you like, or you can experiment with assisting your foot up to your thigh. Totally up to you. I'm just going to stay here for today. Whoop. Balance is different every day. And so if you're here, see if you can bring that belt buckle up, tuck that belly button, and bring your hands up. And maybe they're here. Maybe you can bring them together. And big inhale. Exhale, the hands come to the heart and reaching that foot forward, hold it for a moment, and exhale, place it on the floor, shake it out. Great. And the next one, you know the drill. You can hear the floorboards creaking on my floor as I'm maintaining my balance. Big inhale, exhale, palms to the heart, release the leg forward, hold, and exhale. So the next balancing pose we're going to work on, plant the foot, and this time raise the leg up, and you're going to use that same side hand to hook right underneath the knee like this. Okay? Breathe in, bring it out to the side. If you're feeling very balanced, you can look over your opposite shoulder. And inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, plant it down. Okay, other side, here we go. Whoops. I wonder what's out of balance in my life that's causing me to physically be out of balance today. Who knows? Bring it back in and plant it down. Awesome. Okay, so we also started to work on Warrior One. So I'm going to turn the mat. So you can see this. Okay, so we start in Tadasana. I'm going to be back here. Start in Tadasana. Inhale. The arms come up. I'm going to step my right foot back and plant it at a 45-degree angle. I'm scooching my other foot up so I can get a nice right angle here with the front and adjusting the hips so that they go forward. And here we are. Might take a long time to learn to get those hips forward. It's okay. Inhale and step to the top of the mat. Now I'm going to demonstrate that from the side, taking the left foot back. So go ahead and find your Tadasana. Whoops. Inhale, the arms come up. I'm stepping my left foot back, 45-degree angle with the left foot. Exhale, I'm finding a right angle with my right foot, adjusting the hips. So I'm drawing the right hip back and pressing the left hip forward, tucking here, and here we go. This is such a strong pose, and it helps us to face adversity. Keep breathing. And palms to the heart. Inhale, step it up. Awesome. Now we're going to practice triangle pose. So we're going to do a modified version of triangle. So I'm going to start with my feet apart like so. I'm going to turn my left toes in and my right ankle out. But my torso is still facing the long side of the mat, and I tuck my hips. Arms come out to the side like this, and then I'm just going to lean. So it's important. Most people make the mistake of doing this. You're totally crunching this. That's not what we're doing, folks. So lean, 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 lean. Notice both sides of my torso are nice and straight. Now another common mistake people make with this is they lean forward so they can get way down. It's not about getting down. It's about stretching here and keeping these muscles in the right place. So I'm leaning sideways, exactly. Now I'm just going to let this arm drop because I'm doing a modification here. This arm goes up and I'm protracting my arm up like I really, really want to touch the ceiling. I turn my hand away, wrap it around, and rotate that shoulder back. The reason I do that is to get my torso in the right place. It should be right over this leg and my heart should be open. So that if I shot a laser beam from my heart, it should go up towards the ceiling, not down towards the floor. Then I'm going to look directly forward and let my left ear drop towards my left shoulder. This is a fantastic version of this because not only do you get stretch in the scaling, but your body is in the right place and you're getting the right stretch here. Notice this is still fairly straight. Breathe in and come up. So I'm going to turn these toes in, these toes out. Take a breath here. Arms come up. Lean, 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 lean. Directly to the side. Let this arm go. This arm reaches up. Reaches, reaches, reaches. Wraps around. I lean that shoulder back. I look forward and drop the ear. Modified triangle. So good. Keep breathing. And inhale, come up. Okay. Awesome standing poses. So now coming into Malasana. This is the garland pose or the birthing pose. So my feet are this wide apart. I'm sorry, my screen just went out, so I need to tap this to make sure we're still going. Yep. I apologize. Technology. All right, inhale, exhale. Bring the elbows in. Press the thighs with the elbows as you press your hands together. Lift the heart. Tuck the tailbone. So if you have a hard time with this, you can get just like a 2x4 and put it under your heels. And that will extend your calves and help you to get down lower. You definitely want to do that because you want to keep these muscles moving. You can even rock from side to side a little bit. Exhale, come on down. We're going to have a forward fold. So previously, we've been forward folding with knees bent. Now we're going to start forward folding with the legs on the floor. You're hitting the intermediate level. So your knees still might be here. That's totally fine. Breathe in, reach way up to extend this part of the body, come up out of the hips. Exhale, reach forward. And last time, we just let the body hang, and that's totally fine. Keep breathing. And as you exhale, your body will relax. And you really want to focus on breathing into these lower back ribs. So watch my hands. You might see them move. Okay. And just without straining, you're just going to relax here. Breathing, breathing. And inhale, very slowly come up. You want to be real nice to your lower back muscles. Okay, so now we'll have a twist. So I'm bringing my right leg in, taking it across, and just wrapping my hand around. My right fingers come forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Now holding on to the leg is perfectly fine still. It always is. I mean, you know, the level that you're practicing, you just do what's right for you. But now if you want, you can start experimenting with taking your hand out. Some people like to do it this way. Some people prefer it this way, just to get a little more leverage. So breathe in, lengthen, exhale, relax into the twist, and you're looking over your shoulder. 3 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Great. Big breath in. Exhale, unwind. Okay, other side. So whichever leg you didn't do before, wrap the arm around. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, find your twist and find your bind if that's good for you. 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay. From here, we're going directly into the bridge pose as the back bend. So sitting here, exhale, coming down 1 vertebra at a time. And I'll be adding different back bends as we go along in this series. Walking the heels up towards the glutes. Take your arms on the floor, press your feet into the floor to lift the hips, and then tuck the shoulder blades underneath. See if you can hold onto your ankles or interlace your fingers and then press your hands into the floor. Once you're here with your cervical spine protected, press the feet into the floor and lift. And breathe. So keep pressing the feet into the floor. That's the key. You should never turn your head in this pose, so that's why I'm continuing to look at the ceiling instead of you. I hope that my whole body is in view. And big inhale. Exhale. We're just going to bring the tailbone down, and we're going to start practicing shoulder stands. So keep your shoulders together, and then bring your knees. Work on bringing your knees towards your forehead. Find your back, your lower back with your hands, and then lift the legs up. So you'll probably want to watch that sequence a few times before you actually do it. How good of me to tell you after the fact. And being upside down is so good for you. If this isn't working for you and you're just not making the, or you know, for whatever reason you have neck issues or what have you, you can go into legs up, which you already know how to do. I think I said I was going to show you how to do it differently this time, maybe. So you can play with opening and closing your toes and pointing and flexing your feet and making circles at the ankles. These are all good things to do. And then to come down, we're just going to release the hands. Keep those shoulders tucked though. Exhale and come down one vertebra at a time. And keep your hands next to your body. You can release your shoulder blades, but make it so when you bring your legs down, your thumbs and first finger are underneath your body, so we can go straight into fish. So once you get here, come up on the elbows. Don't move the elbows though. Let me tell you, you'll trust me. Lift the heart and place the top of the head on the floor. So this is the counter pose to the queen of all poses, the shoulder stand. So opening the heart and the thyroid, and you want to stay up out of your shoulders and breathe. Inhale, lift the head, tuck the chin, and come down. Okay, so from here, we go into a twist. So the hands come out, palms facing down. I've got my right leg up, and I've tucked my right toe underneath my left kneecap. Breathe in. Exhale, I'm taking that knee to the left. My gaze will go to the right, and I'm going to assist that down. And you can do the same if you feel like that would be beneficial. And just breathe and relax. Inhale, come through center. Hug the knees into the chest. And as you exhale, bring your forehead to your knees and make yourself into a tiny little ball. And then inhale, stretch it back out. This time the left toes come underneath the right knee. Exhale, the left knee goes across the body, and you're looking over your left shoulder. Remember to breathe. Big inhalation. Exhale, release. And now you're ready for Shavasana. So this is the resting pose, and you can just close your eyes and relax every muscle in your body. And have a rest here for up to 20 minutes. But I will not be with you for 20 minutes. Feel free to stay resting here. Thank you for joining me and taking advantage of this service that I'm offering. I really appreciate it. And I love hearing from you all and that you're trying these practices and that you're enjoying them. That really warms my heart, and it helps me to know that this offering that I'm making is helping people, which is the purpose. So thank you for your comments, everyone. Have a great week. Keep practicing, and namaste.